Hello, welcome everyone. This is Lorraine Daley. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just waiting for some people to drop on before I start. We're going to do a live energy clearing and healing today. Welcome, 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 everybody. My name is Lorraine Daley. I'm an energy healer, spiritual guide, author, teacher, and we are going to clear some negative energy today. We're going to drop into whatever you have going on. And I am the creator of a healing system called the Energy Mapping System. This system allows us to find what blocks you have going on. Are they physical blocks, emotional blocks, mental blocks, or spiritual blocks? And how do we know they're a block? Well, if it's negative, it's a block. So are you feeling apathy? Are you feeling sadness, grief, fear, anxiety, overwhelm, panic, anger, lust, jealousy, anything negative, anything not aligned with good is a block. So we need to release it. If you're feeling, if you have mental blocks, they show up as I can't, I'm not good enough, I'm not worth it, this is too hard, anything negative. Anything that says I can't win, I'll never get healthy, I'll never have a positive relationship, I'm an idiot, I'm a fool, anything that puts you down is negative and is a negative mental limiting belief. So the emotions, the mental, the thoughts, the beliefs, all are just energy. And we can clear them. We clear them with simple tools: the breath, the hands, motion, body motion. Sometimes just moving it out of the body. And I specialize in somatic tools and spiritual tools. The somatic tools, again, breath, hands, motion, tapping, sometimes acupressure, sometimes just massaging it out of the body. Very simple somatic tools. The spiritual tools that I focus on are prayer, mantra, meditation, service, anything that gets you back into connection with your body, back into connection with loving other people, and back into connection with nature, and back into connection with God. Anything that serves you, that aligns to the positive, anything good, anything that makes you feel more whole, more healthy, more abundant, more well-being. Those are the tools that I focus on. So again, I'm just waiting for a couple more people to drop on. Welcome. Endurance. What is 304? My name is Lorraine Daley. I'm an energy healer. Please, please, please let me know anything that you want to clear. Okay, we have some people coming on now. So anything that you want to heal in your body. So you have any physical pain, any disease in your body, any emotional pain, or you're going through heartbreak, grief, anxiety, panic, overwhelm, you name it, any limiting beliefs, anything that's blocking you from feeling good, aligned, and whole. Drop it in the comments. What do you got going on? Do you have knee pain, chest pain, back pain, heartbreak, anger? What's going on for you that's negative? Drop it in the comments and we will clear it. I will teach you how to clear. The tools I use are incredibly simple. Breathing, motion, hands. Super simple. And the techniques are incredibly simple. What is hard is doing the work, actually looking at what's going on, what's blocking you, and actually doing this as a daily practice on a regular basis. So what do you have going on? Let me know. Let me know physically what's going on, emotionally what's going on, mentally what's going on, anything that's blocking you. Do you have any belief systems like I can't do this, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm worthless, I am unworthy? Any toxic behaviors? Do you have any addictions? Do you have any compulsions? God is dead, long live science. Interesting. So that's just a disconnection from the spiritual realm. Yes, I'm a teacher, yes. God is dead, long live science. So science, if we fully put our faith in science, we can see how much that breaks down quickly. Because what we believed, we used to believe that the earth was the center of the universe. That was debunked, right? So that was the scientific leading belief until people were, it was disproven. And if I'm not saying that science is not true and there's not a lot of validity there, but it often changes. So literally putting science at the top rung will just lead us to what? There was a time where they put cocaine in Coca-Cola, they put opium in drinks. They did all sorts of things. Doctors were like, yes, smoking is just fine. Was it fine? Hello, I love Derpy. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. My name is Lorraine Daley. I'm an energy healer. So if we put all these scientific things at the top of the heap, it really is one aspect of reality. There's the physical realm, there's the emotional realm, there's the mental realm, and there's the spiritual realm. There are other realms. There's the etheric realm, there's an angelic realm, there's all these other realms. If all you are is into science, you are truly missing out on the full dimension of what we have going on. I mean, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of miracles. What are miracles? We can't explain things through science. So why did spontaneous healings happen? Why did people, one person on one side of the earth gets the message that something else is happening on the other side of the earth, and they just know intuitively because there's spiritual realm, there's spiritual energy. There's spiritual healing. Why does laying on of the hands work? It doesn't always work, but neither does science, neither does medicine, neither does any of that. So I would ask you to just expand. Oh, someone's asking me if I'm talking about Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm a Christian, but no, I have studied Buddhism, Hinduism. I've studied every spiritual major teaching on this earth. I'm talking about spirituality, and spirituality is connection with a higher power, aka God. For me, Jesus is God, but not for everyone, and I teach to everyone. I do energy healing with everyone. So what I'm teaching is that we have blocks on different realms, and if all you say is science, it's such a limited perspective. It is such a limited perspective that there's so much more going on energetically and spiritually. If you don't believe it, you don't believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, I think you are literally precluding so much healing and so much dimensionality of life. Anyway, okay, let's get to it. Anyone that you're going through anything physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, a block, what do you have going on? Do you have a disease in your body? Do you have pain in your body? Do you have discomfort in your body? Drop it in the comments and I will help you let it go. We're going to do a healing. We don't have to get into the details. We don't have to get into the specifics, and I will keep you completely anonymous with whatever the details are. Fishing with Buddy, what do you have going on? Please tell me what physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual pain. Cancer, oh wow, okay. If you feel comfortable, I would love for you to tell me where it is in your body, because everywhere that it shows up, everywhere that it manifests has emotional roots. So that's what we want to clear today. We want to clear the emotional and energetic stuff, because often when you clear that, that might not be the magic bullet, but it might be the lubricant back. So you have cancer in your back, where? In the muscles and the bones? Like, tell me more. But when something is manifests as physical disease, there's always a consciousness root. There's always an energetic or emotional root. And sometimes it's been going on for weeks, months, or years before it manifests physically. It takes a while before the manifestation happens. But when you get to the root, which again is often emotional or spiritual or mental, then it helps. I don't know, I just got it. Okay, Do you have pain in the back? And where in the back? Upper, middle, or lower? So again, whenever you're feeling physical issues, the first thing I want you to tune into is what you're feeling in your body. Upper back, okay. All right, so the upper back is often that you feel a sense of responsibility and weighed down. All right, so I want you to just tune into that where maybe, I don't know, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's financial, some sense of like a weight on your shoulders. So feel that, overburdened, undersupported. Does that resonate? Too much going on. Hi, Sonia, welcome. My name is Lorraine Daley. I'm an energy healer. We're letting go. Huh? Pranked. Okay. All right. So anyone that doesn't want to participate, I would ask for the respect of this community that you would leave. Anyway, if you're feeling, I'm sure other people here feel a sense of weight or responsibility or too much. If you have upper back pain, middle back pain, or even lower back pain, I just want you to tune into that. And what do you feel in your body? Does it feel like too much? I want you to breathe into all that tension. Breathe it out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Welcome, Sonia. Yeah, all of that weight. So imagine a backpack with like 50 pounds of potatoes in there. Okay, so that feeling that you're feeling, it's only heavy because you're choosing to carry it. So can we take one of the potatoes out and put it down? Can we literally let go of all of that? First, let's let go of just, you know, the over responsibility of it all. It's too much. So breathe into that feeling. It's too much. Let it go. I can't handle it. Breathe in. Let it go. Breathe in. Let it go. It's too much. So Sonia, I just felt sadness come up. So that too much responsibility, too much. So breathe into the sadness. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands on the heart. I release all this sadness. I release all this feeling that it's too much. I release all this feeling that I can't handle it. Tap on your high heart. I release all this feeling that I can't handle it, that it's too much, that too much is going on, that I can't. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all that is not love. Let go of all that is not acceptance. Breathe in. Anxiety and fear is a product of the devil, feelings that are not of God. I respect your belief system in that. Anxiety and fear definitely is not aligned with God. Absolutely. And that's why prayer is a very effective method of that. Though I would say that fear is more than just that. As an energy healer and a spiritual guide, I truly align with all of those biblical principles. But I'll just say it is when our body's alarm system goes off. And it goes off because we think we're unsafe. It's a perceived sense of lack of safety. You know, when the bear is chasing us, we feel fear, right? And that is, no, this is not yoga. This is energy healing, energetic release, emotional regulation, energy clearing. It is my own system of letting go. So what I would say is it doesn't get to that place of the devil or the demonic realm. It can get there, but not until it's entrenched, because we all feel fear, right? We all feel that. We all have that perceived sense of lack of safety based on our traumas, our triggers, based on real world times that we were not safe. We think the bear is chasing us, but we're not. We look at our financial statement, we don't have enough money. We look at our person who we thought was the love of our life going to leave us, and we feel fear. Yes, it is not of God, but I would go way, 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 way back. It's a very primal response. It's a very primal feeling. And what can we do? We can release the fear. Because the fear can become a stronghold for the demonic, for the darker realms. But fear is just very natural. Every single human being on earth has felt it at some time or another. That doesn't mean it's of the devil because we feel afraid for a second. It just means it's a nervous system response. So I would say you want to get into the habit of tuning into the fear in the body and then breathing it out. Tuning into that fear and choosing to feel safe. Tuning into the body and utilizing nervous system regulation techniques. And then we don't even have to get into the demonic realms. We don't even have to get there. Okay, so someone asked me, how did I become a spiritual healer? I had a ton of childhood trauma. I had a very challenging, many of us have, very, very, very severe stuff. My mom left when I was 2 months old. My dad had depression and a lot of darkness, and I got the depression. I developed incredible anxiety, and then I moved into my, I guess, my teen years. I started, drinking, partying, doing drugs, that kind of stuff to try to deal with all of this very, very hard stuff. I went on a spiritual quest, and then I had a spiritual awakening almost 20 years ago. So I had a lot of spiritual help. I've done tons of meditation. I've meditated every day for almost 20 years for at least an hour, tons of prayer, tons of spiritual study. I've studied every major religion, and I've done, again, intense spiritual work. And I moved to Mexico 4 years ago, and the message came in from God during prayer: you're going to help other people release this stuff. You're going to help other people through this. And I resisted it. I was like, no, I don't, when you work with people one-on-one, the Pandora's box of all of their demons come up, and you have to be very, very clean and aligned spiritually. And I didn't want to do it, but it just kept coming, and it just kept coming, and it just kept coming. And I was like, okay, I'm going to teach this stuff. And lots of things come up, I'm a very private person, so doing this work is very exposing. People aren't always that nice. People can be very mean, people can attack you. And so you have to be very strong in that. And I didn't know if I wanted that. But I started to believe in the mission more than I started to feel the fear. And the mission was, I have tools. I've spent, again, 2 decades of learning tools so that I could share them with you. I've spent all this time garnering tools, techniques, philosophies, somatic techniques, so that we can share them. Because I very much believe in this very trying time, so many of us are experiencing anxiety, fear, and panic, anger, overwhelm, grief, despair, existential despair, that what we need is to come together in community and to share the tools that we have. Because not all the tools work for everyone, right? Some tools that used to work for me 5 years ago don't resonate anymore. But I keep learning the tools, and I would say breath is number 1 tool, using your hands. Number 2, motion. Number 3, grounding, sunlight, good nutrition, releasing, all are incredible tools. Prayer, meditation, service, all of these are tools to release all the fear, all the anxiety, all the panic. So let's release that. So Sonia's saying she's now coming to feel something similar about her mission. When you're seeking your mission and you're really like, what is this thing that I'm really called to do here on earth? Ah, teacher, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It really is something that's higher than you, right? This is about being a teacher is about service. Being a teacher is about helping other people through everything you've gone through, saying, here's what I synthesized and here's what I give to you. Take it or not take it so that you can come to your own wisdom, your own understanding. That is such a sacred place to be because so many of us are like lost, scared, frightened, right? And if you've ever been scared or frightened and you haven't known where to go, guess who you're looking for? You're looking for a teacher. And then hopefully you're also looking for God, but you're looking for someone to guide you, to walk you through the fire. So that's why I do what I do. I've been through hell and back so many times, from physical issues to emotional issues, severe anxiety. I've been on the medication, severe depression, you name it. Um, and I now have tools. So who say, when in fear, I usually remind myself the Bible verse, if God is for us, who can be against us? That is such a beautiful, beautiful Bible verse. I love that verse. And so many of us, if we are not connected to God, our higher power, we're trying to do it all alone. And if we're trying to do it all alone, which is Western society is telling us that, the individual, it's all about you, you alone, you can do it, which is great, you can do it. But if you don't have that connection to something else, no wonder you feel disconnected. No wonder you feel like you're swimming upstream. No wonder you feel like the world is against you. But when you have faith in God, when you have faith in more, when you have faith in that realm, then you realize all the rest is really, it's passing. It's passing, but your connection to God never is. And I can say this in terms of story time. One time I was so sick, I almost died. And I woke up literally one day. I was like horribly, horribly sick. I just woke up completely healthy, absolutely healthy. And I had prayed and prayed and prayed. And I just woke up and it was like nothing had ever happened. And I had been suffering for weeks, weeks and weeks and weeks. I was on death's doorstep and I just woke up completely healthy. And I just knew, I knew that something more wanted me to be here, gave me that miracle just to say, yeah, this is real. You've prayed, you've aligned, and now you have a bigger mission. You have a bigger purpose, and the time for suffering is over, and the time to get busy with your mission, your purpose, all that is more within you was so important. It gave me the faith that I needed. Now, do we need miracles to have the faith? Absolutely not. I had faith in God before the miracle, but the miracle happened and I was like, wow, okay, this is confirmation. This is the confirmation that I needed. And anytime we experience synchronicities, that is confirmation. Anytime we have those magic moments in life, they're God's little wink at us. Hey, there's more than just you here. Did speak to you and tell you you had it as a mission to teach people. So like I said, so I'm a photographer. I've been a photographer for 22 years. My name is Lorraine Daley. If you want to see my photography work, go to lorrainedaley.com. I've done commercial work, fashion, conceptual portraiture, photojournalism. I love being an artist so much. I got to Mexico 4 years ago and I moved to a town called San Miguel de Allende. It's El Corazon de Mexico, which is the heart of Mexico. All the reasons that I moved here, not all the reasons that I'm here. I'm here because I was then called to do this work and share this work that I've learned all these years with other people. I'm called to teach this work and I'm called to do the healing with other people. And again, I resisted it. I didn't want to do it because being a real healer is you have to be very clean, very clear, very aligned, and very connected to God to do this work, because the healing doesn't come from you, meaning the healer. The healing comes through God. You just happen to be a channel, and you help other people open those channels within themselves. So for me, I realize when you do that work, a lot of their negativity, a lot of that negativity comes out, and it comes out towards you. They project it onto you. One of my first healing sessions, I did 50 free sessions my first year where I did this healing with people, and I did the sessions for apprenticeship so that I could learn. I had this woman attack me. She literally attacked me, and she was like, I don't believe anything that you're saying is true. I mean, I was doing a healing with her, and she just totally, all of her anger, all of her rage came at me. And I was like, is this what I want? Do I even want to invite this 1 out of 100 times? I mean, who knows? Do I even want to get in the room with people's demons? And the message just kept coming in. You're being called to this because you can handle it. And guess what? I had to get stronger, and I had to see it as, obviously that when someone projects that kind of energy on you, it's not about you. It's about their demons, their darkness, their, again, projections. And I had to become very, very clean, very, very clear, very, very aligned with spirit so that I could handle it. And that took a lot of doing and a lot of resolution. Do I really want to do this? How can you cleanse your soul from bodily temptations? What a great question. Very thoughtful question. I'm going to go into this space of talking about in addiction recovery, they talk about something called urge surfing, which means the urge comes up, but you just ride the wave. You do not resist it. You do not fight it. You just ride it. And you just allow it to be, to feel that longing to indulge yourself bodily temptations, overeating, sex, drugs, drinking, food, you name it. Anything that's over is out of balance. So first of all, you have to understand and believe that anything that you do is out of balance sets you out of balance and is unhealthy. So you have to believe in the consciousness of your mind, I want to do things that are healthy and aligned, right? You have to believe that. You really have to believe that, and that's your why. Number two, when the urge comes up, that you just allow it. And you say, I'm stronger than this urge. I'm human, I'm tempted, it's coming up. And then you release the longing. So feel it in your body. Maybe it's porn. I want to watch that thing. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. That I want to eat that big giant piece of chocolate cake. No, I'm going to breathe it out. Why? Because I believe in health, because I don't want the sugar, because I want to feel good. I want to eat right. I want to be aligned. And I will breathe out this longing. I will breathe out this temptation. There is, I don't know how many of you know this, if you're Christian, there's a prayer called the Lord's Prayer, where the disciples asked Jesus how to pray, and he said, the prayer, which is one of the most holy prayers, which is the Our Father, and he says, lead us not into temptation. So he's literally saying to his disciples, ask God, lead us not into temptation. So once you feel tempted, you don't even open the door. Don't open the door that you don't want to walk through. Don't open the door because you know when you watch the porn that you're going to feel like shit afterwards. You know you're going to feel dirty. You know that you're supporting an industry that's, that supports sex trafficking. You don't do it. You don't even open that door because you know you will feel dirty. You know you will feel like shit. You know it is not in your best interest. You know it is not in those girls' best interest. You know it is not in guys' best interest. You know that it's not healthy. You know that, I don't know, doing that line is not in your best interest. So you feel the urge, you breathe through it, you have faith that you can handle it, you pray, and you get real clear about why you're not doing it. So that is how I handle temptation, and that is, I would recommend for you to get really, really clear on the life that you want to create. And the life that you want to create does not involve porn, overeating, sex, drugs, all anything. And sex is the most beautiful thing in the world in a committed, loving partnership. But anything outside of that, is that really serving you? You're energetically exchanging who knows what with whomever, right? Who knows what with whomever. So there's always anything that there's negative consequence to, contemplate the consequence. There is a Buddhist meditation where that's all you do. You cause and effect. You literally meditate on cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. So if I do this thing, what will be the effect, the consequence? Meditate on that. And is this really what I want to create? Because the impulse will just have you reacting. If you contemplate, is this the effect that I want to create? You're going to be a lot more aware, and you're going to be a lot more conscious of your decision. Is this what I want to create? You know, over the holidays, I had several pieces of chocolate cake because I wanted to. I eat incredibly healthy normally, but I was like, I want this. I just want the chocolate cake right now. And that's fine. Hold on a second. Yeah, I do think porn and sex have been a big issue for me, trying to manage with that, but it's difficult since it is everywhere. It's never been harder. It's never been more accessible. You can literally have the thought and it comes in a second. Whereas back in the day, you know, if you wanted to engage in, we'll call it debaucherous behavior, it took some conscious decisions, some action, some motion. I mean, now again, it's instantaneous. That's why your resolution has to be greater, because the world wants to literally bring you down. So how do you do that? Again, get super clear on your why when you're not in the temptation. I mean, when you have the physical sensation, yeah, let me scratch this itch. Get clear and resolute all the time. And believe in yourself. I can conquer this. I can get through this. And when the urge comes up, you breathe through it. You breathe it out. That's what discipline is. That is what discipline is, right? And discipline is a practice that yields beautiful fruit, right? Going to the gym is not easy. It's especially hard in the beginning, but doing it 3 times a week, what do you get? The body of your dreams. What do you get? You look amazing. What do you get? You feel amazing. What do you get? You have more emotional resilience. What do you get? You feel good about yourself. You get self-esteem and self-worth. That's the discipline. Is it easy? No. Did anybody ever say it was easy? No. But the discipline to do it is what allows you to do it and then reap the rewards. You know, the farmer doesn't get to eat the fruit 365 days a year. The farmer plants the seed. The farmer, you know, takes care of the soil, waters every single day, takes care, mulches, fertilizes. You do all of these things so you get that fruit for that, whatever it is, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is. That's the fruit. But all of that time that you've done all the right thing, you've had all the discipline to do it, yields the fruit. And you shall know them by their fruit. So what is the fruit of watching porn? It isn't good. It breaks down relationships. It feeds an industry that is incredibly unhealthy. It is not easy because it's so accessible. But when you really believe in your why, which is I don't want to support that industry, I don't want this super easy dopamine release, I don't want to objectify women, I don't want to, etc. You know, whatever, again, whatever your why is, I believe in the sanctity of sex. Whatever your why is, get real clear about it and practice it when you're not in the urge. And I believe then you will start to like have the fortitude to withstand that temptation. So yes, it's everywhere. It's never been easier. But what is more important to you? A healthy mind, a healthy body, a healthy relationship to sex, a healthy relationship to the opposite sex, respecting other people, respecting people's bodies, respecting the sanctity of two people. If that's what's important to you, get real clear about it and literally do not stray. That's what values are. Values are not talked about enough in society today, right? Values. Values will get you what you want. Modern society talks about manifestation. You know, do what feels good, do what makes you feel better. No, do what is good. That's what values are. What is good? Love one another, serve one another, eat healthy food, visit the sick, you know, visit the elderly, take care of your body, take care of your loved ones. Values, do what is good. And when you do what is good, even when it's hard, now you respect yourself. Now you love yourself. People talk about self love. You got to do loving things to yourself. And if doing things that hurt other people, and that's really an interesting one, nobody talks about that, the porn industry. The porn industry hurts people. The porn industry literally exploits people. The porn industry objectifies people. The porn industry creates, you know, bodies for money. The porn industry desanctifies sex. Until you start believing in what are the real values that I want to embody? What are the who do I want to be as a man? Who do I want to be as a woman? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? What do I want to be for my daughter, for my son, for my family, for my partner? What do I want to be? Do I want to be somebody that's just the easy peasy way out? Do I want to be somebody that, like, you know, parties and does drugs once in a while because it feels good? Or do I want to say no? I want to be somebody who respects my body, respects other people's body, respects my emotional health, respects other people's emotional health. Is that who I want to be? And if the answer is yes, then commit everything that you have in yourself to be that person. And when you do, you will start respecting yourself. When you do, you will start loving yourself. And when you love yourself, now you're going to show up with confidence. Now you're going to show up with conviction. Now you're going to show up as somebody who cares. Okay, I just have a couple comments I want to read real quick. If anyone is interested in going to heaven, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Again, for me, Jesus has been my most powerful teacher, not for everyone, but I do encourage you, even if you're not a Christian, to read the Word. I do encourage you to read the Gospel, because I think, and I've read all of the spiritual texts, all of them, the Sermon on the Mount will change your life. The most powerful thing that you could ever learn, the Sermon on the Mount. So again, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you believe that Jesus is the Savior, doesn't matter. Read that text, make your own judgments on it. Okay. If anyone, repent of your sins, yes. Famous saying, a society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. And I love that quote so much. And it's so true. It goes with the parable of the farmer sowing the seeds. When you sow the seeds that aren't just about you, you're not the only one who eats the fruit, right? You may plant that seed and that tree might not grow for 50 years, 100 years, but you know that that tree will bear fruit for generations to come. That tree, your loving kindness, your watering of the seed, your planting of the seed, watering of the seed, allowing it to thrive, giving it love, giving it nurturing, giving it all it needs, mulching it, fertilizing it, everything that you do to bear that fruit. It's not just about you. And I think that's what modern society forgets so much, right? It forgets so much to talk about We don't just do this for ourselves. It is not just about us, but it is about our community, our neighbors, our children, our legacy. So what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? And is what you're doing, is the cause of what you're doing, how does that show up? Yes, exactly. Care for your neighbors, love one another. One of the greatest commandments, love God, love one another. When you love one another, what happens? What are the fruits of that? The world is a better place. It just is. When you care about other people, when you show up for them, when they're sick and you show up for them, when you hold space for them, when you care about them, when you help them, when you provide a kind and loving ear, when you, who knows how you can serve your neighbor, your community, your friends. But when you do that, the world is a better place. When you forgive other people, when you're kind to other people, that's when the world is a better place. Kindness, loving kindness, compassion, empathy, with good boundaries. With good boundaries. Anyway, so my name is Lorraine Daley. Please follow me if you haven't followed me already. Please like this live. I teach you how to let go of negative emotions, how to realign with all well-being through somatic tools, breath, hands, motion, acupressure, tapping, and through spiritual tools. So thank you, everyone that's joined. Please, please, please follow me, and I look forward to connecting again.